Hello everyone, I welcome you all to Geeky Script. Today I am going to show you how to install latest version of Visual Studio, that is Visual Studio Insider version 2026 on a Windows operating system. And after that I am also going to show you how to use this latest version of Visual Studio for creating .NET projects. So first you need to go to favorite browser and to type over here Visual Studio download. Hit enter. So that will show you this visualstudio.microsoft.com link. So just simply click on that link to go to the official site of Visual Studio. And here you can see that latest version of Visual Studio is Visual Studio version 2022. But they have released this Insider edition. So when you click on this download button for insiders, it's going to redirect to this Visual Studio 2026 Insider edition. And here you can see you have all these three variants that are available. So including the community edition, the professional and the enterprise one. So you're going to proceed with the community edition. So just simply click on this download button for community and it's going to immediately start downloading your exe. So our setup exe for Visual Studio 2026 is already downloaded. Just simply click on that installer. Then minimize your browser. To ask if administrative privileges, click on yes. Visual Studio installer, rightly open, click on continue. So our Visual Studio installer is rightly open. You can maximize this and here you need to select this ASP.NET web development. If you want to also code in Python, you can always select that. In this particular video I am going to show you about .NET, so which is what Visual Studio is popularly used, but in my following videos I am going to also talk about how to use this for Python, Node.js and all that. So for the time being I am going to only proceed with this ASP.NET and I am going to also select this .NET desktop development, then multi-platform UI as well. You can also select this Win UI and desktop development with C++. Mobile development, again it's totally your wish. If you want to select, you can select that. If you want to gaming, then you can select this. Then again other tools like data storage and processing and all that are also there. So now I'm going to skip all other things. You can totally select as per your requirement, and here you can see these are all optional packages. It's going to also download along with this desktop development with C++. So you can scroll up and you can see this Visual Studio Code Editor, then ASP.NET web development. So it's going to also install .NET Framework 4.8 development tools along with all the previous frameworks of .NET like 4.7 and all that. So when you expand this .NET desktop development, you can see all these packages also it's going to install. Right. So everything is fine. You can see total space required is about 34.92 gigabyte. So that is nearly 35 GB. So that's a lot of space. So click on install and immediately it's going to start downloading all the packages and going to install it locally on your system. So that's going to take really significant amount of time. You need to have that much bandwidth as well, internet bandwidth, so that this file gets downloaded and then get installed. Alright, so you can see nearly 8.7 gigabyte it's going to download. So that's going to take a lot of time. So let's wait for some time to get it finished downloading Visual Studio Code. By the time it happens, I'm going to also talk about the School Python project playlist that I have created, so you can literally watch these codes and detailed source code. What I have taught you on all these videos are also available on our official geekyscript.com website, so you can get the detailed source code along with explanation and the video tutorial here as well. So some of these videos are, you can see I have created a rock paper scissors game, then how to deploy a Python Flask app, or how to create your very own resume builder. So it's going to have some forms. So when you fill all the forms, so basically you give all the data, and when you click on generate resume button, it's going to generate a resume just like this that is attached over here. Alright, so you can watch all these videos. I'm sure you're going to love them. And also if you want to know how to use Visual Studio Code for all these different programming languages like Java, Python, PHP, C#, so for that also I have this code. I am sure again you're going to love them. So yeah. So here let's wait for a few minutes. So welcome back. So now you can clearly see that our installation is rightly completed. So you can click on OK. and you can launch over here. So that's going to launch our Microsoft Visual Studio 2026 Insider version. Here it is telling whether you like to sign in. You can always sign in using Microsoft or your GitHub account. I'm going to skip it for the time being, but you should be signing in right over here. To save time, I'm going to just simply click on skip and add account later. So here these are all configurations. So whether you like to use dark mode or light mode, so that is what you need to select. I'll proceed with dark and click on start Visual Studio. So that's going to start launching our Visual Studio. Here is our Visual Studio 2026. So here I'll click on create a new project. So that's going to open this new project window. You can select this your language from this drop down. I'll proceed with C#, and all platform I'm going to proceed with Windows only, and all project type I'm going to select with desktop application. So that's going to filter it out with all these different projects you can see. So I'll proceed with a simple WinForm app. So I'm going to select this Windows Form app and I'm going to click on next. Here you need to provide your project name. So let's give the project name as Hello World. You can also select this place solution and project in the same directory and click on next. Here you need to select your .NET framework. So .NET version 8.0 is the latest one, which also has a long-term support. So I'll always recommend you to proceed with the edition of .NET which has a long-term support. So select that and click on create. So that's going to start creating our project, and there you go. You can see that our project is rightly opened. So let's wait for a bit to initialize all the IntelliSense, and here is our form. So if you click on the Solution Explorer, you can see our project over here. So this form1.cs file is actually opened over here. So you can go to view and you can click on this toolbox. That's going to show you all these different tools. So if you expand this all Windows form, you can see all these tools that are already available over here. So from here, let's drag a button. So select that and drag it over here. So there you have our button. So if you double click on it, you'll be able to see this code over here. So if you write a message box over here, so like message box dot show, and within bracket if we just simply write something like hello world and end with semicolon. Now if we just simply run this program of hello world, it's going to immediately start building our project, and as soon as our build get completed, it's going to launch our application that we have just now created. So when you click on this button, it's going to show you a pop-up of hello world, just like what we wanted. So we have created a message box.show. So that is exactly what it is showing over here, right? So this way you can easily install latest version of Visual Studio 2026 Insider Edition and can start working on your .NET projects. I have also showed you how to create a WinForm project and how to start working on your WinForm project right on latest version of Visual Studio. Please do check out all these different videos from our channel playlist and courses. I'm sure you're going to love them. So if you're interested on WordPress also, so for that also you'll get a playlist. So you can watch all these different videos, and detailed source code are also available on our official geekyskit.com website. So yeah, so that's pretty much all about this video. Thank you very much for watching this video, and God bless you all.